Hi, welcome to another Tip Tuesday. My name is Parker Johnson. I'm a support technician at IndySoft. Just wanted to show you something today in regards to database connectivity settings, a very important feature here at IndySoft. And anybody in using the program, IndySoft software here. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to navigate to the C drive, and we're going to find our programs file folder labeled IndySoft. I'm going to open that. And for a quick reference, if you are trying to navigate quickly through your programs files folder, it's always easiest to navigate by organizing by file type. That'll put the folders first, your applications, and then basically the rest afterwards. And then I'm going to type in DA to go straight to database settings, and we're going to open it. And first off, what we're going to see when everything pulls up is our normal last connected settings for our database. IndySoft will save those settings and we'll put them here for your last connection. But what if we have a different connection, right? For right now, this is connected to my IndySoft version 13 database. And I can test my connection, and that connection is successful. The thing is, this is very useful if you're going from one version to another, testing a version out. What if you don't have that information written down somewhere? Well, this is where your saved connectivity configurations go and where they come into play. So we're going to go up, and I'm going to test connection. It says my connection is successful. Always save successful connections, okay? That'll save you a load of trouble down the road. But what we're going to do here is, since everything is all hooked up correctly and everything looks good to go here, and I know that my test connection is successful, I'm going to navigate up to the top right here, and I'm going to click Save Configuration, and I'm going to choose what I want to name it. Now, in my instance, I'm going to just name it 13 because I know this is my version 13 connectivity configurations. And notice where it gets saved. And we're going to reference this back in a little bit. But this gets saved in a folder called Connectivity Configurations. And we're going to go down the line where it's located in a second. I'm going to go ahead and hit save and show you what it looks like once it's all saved. IndySoft saves all of this, including your connection type, database connectivity, settings here, server name, everything you see IndySoft saves in this little tiny configuration file called a connection.ini file, or a .ini file. Now you see a drop-down list here. Don't get too excited, but yes, you can do more than one saved connectivity configurations. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to navigate to where that file is saved. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to start from this PC. I'm going to go into this PC. We're going to go into Users. Public Documents. IndySoft. You see right here at the top, Connectivity Configurations. This is the file path in which you need to use. And that's going to be where your connectivity configurations are always saved. This is our this is the 13 file that I saved for my configuration settings, and it's a .ini file. What's great about this is you can copy it, which I'm going to do right now, and you can throw this on your desktop. Uses for this could include, oh, it got pushed over here. Let me pull this right over here so you can see it. So this is my connection.ini file here. Really fun thing about this is if you have a new user and you give them download instructions on how to download their software, the new IndySoft software, let's just say you wanted to get them installed quickly, get them connected quickly, that's practically your key here. What you can do is have them, once all their stuff is installed and everything, you can give this in that file path to them, to where when they're ready, they can copy and paste and click and drag this connections.ini file into their connectivity configurations. And what's great about this too is you can actually make this a shortcut in case they want it, if they need it, or you can give them this file path to where they can navigate to it. Possibilities are endless here, right? And what I'm going to do here again, let's just say, for example, and this is for all of your connectivity configuration files are saved in the same place for all of your versions. So if I'm on version 12 or version 13, whatever it may be, those connectivity configuration files, the .ini files, are saved in that same folder. So what I'm going to do here, let's just say, for example, I'm testing in version 13, I'm currently in 12. Well, I want to make sure that my version 12 connectivity settings are the same. And this is just my example here. I just played it safe, and I have IndySoft v12 and IndySoft v13, just keeping it simple. So I'm going to make sure my version 12 settings are saved in here. So I'm going to put a 12 here. I'm going to hit save. Now you see 12 is up here as your saved connectivity configurations. And boom, I have 12 and 13 both here. I'm going to test the connection. And this is, I'm trying to access it from 13. So this is going to tell me my database is not the same version, but that's fine. Now I'm going to show you something else. And give me one brief second. Let me open up my other programs file folder real quick. And this is my version 12. Now I'm going to find my database settings here in version 12, and look how it gets copied over from different versions. It's pulling from that same location, right? And now if I test my connection, I can use that connectivity configuration in that system. So that's a really useful tool. Now we're going to go a further step. If we want to make sure that nobody can change this information, if we have some very curious employees that tend to poke around and change some values, or by accident you want to eliminate that future issue, what we can do is a very useful tool, or a very useful set of steps here. I'm going to copy this 12.ini because I know this is going to go into my version 12 programs file folder, right? I'm going to Control V, just so you know that I'm doing this. And you need administrator rights for this, but I just copied my 12.ini. Right here is where you see it. Now if I were to open up my database settings here, fun fact as well, I'm really into fun facts here, right? Hit the home key on your keyboard, it goes straight to the top. Now you can hit DA on your keypad or your keyboard here, and you can open up database settings quickly like that. You drag this back over here. So what the really cool thing about this is I'm going to click on this and I'm going to rename it Connection Settings. I'm going to hit enter. Again, you need admin rights for this. I'm going to find my database settings. What you're going to see here is everything's grayed out. Nobody can modify this dialog box, which is a great thing in several circumstances, situations, scenarios. We're going to use all the words here. Nobody can edit this. Still, you can test connection, see it's successful, but it limits the possibility of somebody changing it and wondering why their connection is not working. It's one of the many ways, or one of the ways we can limit, you know, and do a little quality control here. So, and I'll show you how this looks in version 13 too. So I'm going to go back to my connectivity configurations. I'm going to get 13. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to my programs file folder, which if you don't know where it is, we're going to go here to my PC and then go to C and your program files, in your IndySoft folder. I have several. I do a lot of testing in different environments here, but we're going to find our database settings. We're going to make sure we're in that IndySoft folder. We're going to paste it. It's going to copy it over. Click on it, name it connection settings.ini. So once I find database settings again, everything is grayed out, though everything's correct. It doesn't even give you the ability to save connection settings or to delete connection settings. Again, this helps with especially system admins. This is one less thing you'll need to worry about folks changing. So again, I'm going to test connection successful. It does not mess with the success of your connection at all. It only helps lock in that value to where it can't be changed. Now, if you do want to change it, or if you do want the ability of your employees, or those that you manage in the workplace setting, if you do want to make sure they can edit it, quick way to find it, like we said earlier, hit the home tab or hit the home button on your keyboard. Make sure you can navigate further up and go all the way to the top of your list. Just type in CO or CON. Keep typing it. Eventually you'll get to connection settings. I'll do it one more time for you. CONN. That'll get you straight to connection settings. And it has to be named connection settings for it to gray all of that out. You can cut it out. You can cut it out of here. Choose to paste it in your desktop or wherever you want to do. I'm just going to delete it for now. And now what I can do is go back into my database settings. And now we have the ability to edit it again. That's one of the very useful features of doing that. If you do not choose to rename it, and if you were to just save it here, you have to choose a name. But oftentimes you'll choose connection settings.ini. But that's one of the, again, many ways that you can ensure that nobody changes those values. Again, another useful feature is being able to export them into a format, and all this is, if we open it with Notepad, is a set of numbers, including the password of your database. All this is a lot of text and a lot of code, a lot of script. Just these few lines that show what connection settings you're doing, what the server name is, and what the database names are, and what the username is and password, and all the rest of that information that's usually required. So again, you can even email this to one of your colleagues and say, hey, these are the database connectivity settings. Something really good to have on hand. I hope this helps. Please let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to reach out to IndySoft support if you have any issues. Have a wonderful day.